Just want to welcome everyone to this information session. My name is Tommy Nichols, and I'm the founder of the Charlotte Black Film Festival. Super excited about what we have been able to accomplish and what we're able to do for African American and Latino filmmakers in the Charlotte area. So glad you guys are here. I'm messing around with a button or two to get a few other things in place to show you. But we're excited because of the fact that through a grant from the city of Charlotte, we were blessed to get an unrestricted grant. And what an unrestricted grant means simply that they don't dictate to you what you would do with the money, but you tell them in kind of in a good sense what you want to use the money for, right? And so when they gave me the money, there's a grant for $287,000. And no way in the world that we could use all that for a film festival, right? But we've been doing annual activities, year-round activities, our monthly meetups, and those kind of things. And one of the things that I had a dream to do, one of the things I always wanted to do was to be able to create opportunities and funding opportunities for local African-American filmmakers, especially. And so because the Charlotte Black Film Festival is built on the premise of really making sure we're at the front of the engine of economic development versus on the caboose side like we normally are. And we know even more so now that because a lot of opportunities that were there are being removed with the new administration, those kind of things. So we really got to find a way, how can we collectively as a community, as a people, work together where there's never a need for DEI, right? We're creating our own businesses, we're creating our own economic ecosystem where we're funding our own prosperity, right? We don't need nobody to give us handouts, give us concessions, because we're doing it ourselves. And so I thank God that we was able to leverage this funding and share that one of the pieces we're doing out of funding is this microfilm grant. And we'll go into that. Other thing we're going to do with the funding, we're doing a boot camp. So we're doing a boot camp from LA Boot Camp. They're coming in town. And the goal is that get you set ready. That means this is a weekend boot camp, and it will give you all the tools necessary because some of you guys have been in independent world for a good while. And so, but when we talk about being set ready, meaning you know what it takes to be on those major production sets. And the way they do this is they will only do the training in conjunction with the film that's coming to Charlotte or in the Charlotte area. So this training is geared for you as it's a PA production training. Is geared for you to go directly on the set to work and have those skills as a PA. And some of you, all it takes is one opportunity as a PA, and you scan the whole production set, and you'll know what to do. Right, to move up to the next level. It gives you a great level of experience being on set, and so that's the second piece. And one of the third piece that you involve, I think you guys are involved, is called realinclusion.com. So this is an employment agency website, right, for creatives, filmmakers, crew to sign up, be a part of, where there's no excuse for the studios can't find you. And I need you to know right now in Charlotte, and I'm showing this is a paint thing, but in Charlotte, the only way they find people is a booklet that the film commissioner has that's produced by a publisher in New York. And so for the most part, what they do is they hire individuals they've been working with forever, right? Over and over again. And so for guys like yourself and other folks, they don't have the opportunity to get on these sets. So we're fighting for that. And this realinclusion.com is going to be an employment website as well. So those are three things that I think that part of this grant we're doing for the community that I'm super excited about. And so let me just share my screen real quick. Kind of go over some of the things real quick. And so right now, the Charlotte Black Film Festival will happen, our 15th annual festival, June the 5th through the 8th. And we're doing it at the Archley Cinema. So we'll be at the theater. Super excited about that. And the hotels are right there in the parking lot where you can walk back and forth. We're working with the restaurants and everything in that particular area to really have a great festive occasion. We're securing some industry folks from Netflix, Microsoft is in the game, and some other folks from industry who will be there really strong on the distribution side. I think that's the key thing. What is the way for me to get my production into these studios? How can I leverage this other ways? We got Tubi, which is great. Filmmakers are really excited about how they're being paid with Tubi. We also have Amazon Prime and other independent sources as well. But how can we get our film on the majors? And for some of them, even our script, because they would take Hulu, I know, would go from script, whatever level of production you have for your product, they would take it from that point. So super excited about that. Just looking at and we're showing some of the films that behind our festival, they went on to major studios. If they won our festival or even was a semifinal, we saw them later on, and we would get information back from that particular filmmaker that, hey, our film made it here. And so we know that the eyes of the industry is on us. We hear that all the time, especially in LA and Atlanta. So they look at the films that's coming to the Charlotte Black Film Festival. Here's some pictures at the Arsley Grand Cinema that the festival will be at. A lot of signature event, a lot of conversations. One of the conversation piece I love, we have this coffee conversations, all Black, no sugar, no cream. And these conversations we have around the industry, around our community that we really need to talk about. And I think in this day and time, we really need to be focused on how can we support each other? How can we really collaborate, right? How can we make it bigger and better through collaboration? Okay, and then we got our other signature events that we have as well. The box office will open February the 1st, which I believe is Saturday as well. And just some other things that we're excited about with this grant and other things that we're doing on our impact news and some great testimonies. So that's it. And then we'll talk about some other things that's happening that we're doing. They're super, we're just excited about it. And so let's go quickly to this micro film grant information session. Let's talk about that. Charlotte Black Film Festival has been showcasing the creativity and talent of Black filmmakers and storytellers since its inception in 2010. Now, there's also, we might see Latino, Caucasian, Indian filmmakers who've taken on the task to tell some type of story that's influencing the Black community, especially within the documentary space. And even in the narrative space, you see folks collaborating with other African-American talent, writer or producer, who help producing that. So the stories are all about the African-American, the African diaspora, but you might have different individuals making those stories, right? So we're super excited to uplift emerging and established filmmakers through our panel discussions, our workshops, screening a lot of independent films we're excited about. We've had so many guests there: Darren Henson, Keith David, Tyler Perry, casting director, Raymond Drummer has been there as well. And so we're excited about this grant because this grant is going to be, and there's an error there, $500 to $5,000 is that we're awarding. And this grant is to support African-American and Latino emerging and established filmmakers in creating short films, animation, a web series episode, or animation piece, right? And it highlights the unique voices and are designed to empower local African-American creators and Latino creators to bring their products to life. And so we talk about that and we think about grants. Usually grants are for artists or they're for communities, and nothing really been specific for filmmakers for the most part. So we're excited about that. One of the key things is you must reside in Charlotte, North Carolina, right, to do this. So, and we need to have proof of that, whether it's a utility bill, a lease agreement, a recent utility bill, right, a lease agreement, something that shows that in the last 30 days that you do live in Charlotte, North Carolina, right? All filming and production must take place in Mecklenburg County. So we've extended it beyond Charlotte, right? So you can shoot in Mecklenburg County, which is Pineville, Huntersville, other places around that, but it must take place in Mecklenburg County. And so some important dates to know is Thursday, and you guys will see this when you apply as well, and you'll get this. It'll be on the website. But January 31st is today. We're doing this. 37th. We moved that to today information session. Also, we had the grants application will open up 8 a.m. in the morning. So you 8 a.m. in the morning, you go to the website, you see it says microfilm grant. You can begin to apply in the morning. They are due February the 17th, right? So the grant is due back February 17th, 11:59 p.m., right? So before midnight happens, and our system tracks that. So it does timestamp your submission. So it will let us know anything after that will be disqualified for submitting. Then the grant award nomination will happen Monday, March the 3rd. We're gonna let everyone know who actually a recipient of the awards. And then the final product, once again, we're talking about short films. I know some of you guys have created short films in a day, some 2 days, 3 days, 2 weekends, 3 weekends, short films and whatever. But Sunday, May the 11th, the final projects are due, right? May the 11th. So that's Sunday, 11:59 p.m. I'll put that there as well. So you have all day if you're shooting there. But the final piece, because you have to have it edited and done by that time. And then we will premiere the film at the film festival on June the 6th or 7th. And so you cannot premiere this film anywhere else but at the film festival to qualify for these funds. And so what that means is this, and this must be new work. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to start the project this year. You could have started the project last year and went through the pre-production side, but you still need the production, you still need post-production. You're eligible, right? You might have done pre-production and production. You just need funding for post-production, right? You're eligible, right? So, but if you have a completed film in 2024, you cannot submit that. It's not eligible for this. This is new work for 2025 that must be completed. You can start the work in 2024, right? And some of you might just have a script in 2024, but now you want to take it into production, right? Once again, the portal will be opened up tomorrow. And here's the approval used for these funds. It must be used directly to support the production and completion of the project. So if we're talking about equipment rental, cameras, lighting, sound, other technical gear, set design, props, location fees, talent and crew. If you want to, give a stipend to your crew, you can add that in here. Payment for actors, directors, producers, and other key personnel. And I would say do that. You know what I mean? Don't go, out the way. But yeah, give yourself something to be part of this. If it's post-production, editing, color grading, sound design, any animations you need, any permits and license, securing, any permits or production insurance that you might need. Materials in terms of your film poster, your trailer, social media promotion, all those kind of things. Any music license. Now, you can go to a lot of fees. It doesn't cost that much to get royalty-free license, but you pay a fee for that. That could be included here. If you got transportation and meals for cast and crew, administrative cost that's directly related to the production, you can add that as well, right? And so once again, we're looking for several things: to complete the application form, proof of residency, and then the project is going to be broken down in this manner. Let me show you what that looks like. Let me go here. Okay, so you must identify as an Afro or Latino. We're talking about living in Charlotte, be 18 years of age and older, demonstrate experience in art interest in filmmaking, of course. And your project should be either a short narrative, short film, documentary, short doc. It can be experimental, animation, or a web series episode. And you have a runtime up to 15 minutes. So what we're saying is, if you got a 5-minute film that's really good, let it be a 5-minute film. But runtime can be no longer than 15 minutes. The sweet spot, really, truth be told, for a short film it's really 11 and 12 minutes, right? But 15 minutes is the max time. And then, of course, you're committed to getting the project done by May the 11th. And here are some very, very important dates that we talked about. The notification. We will have a production review. And this is where you guys come in. We make the notification on March the 3rd, I believe it's a Monday. That Saturday, those who was selected, we ask you guys to come into our facility. We just gonna have a kind of a meet and greet kind of review over certain things that we got some folks want to talk about your production, some things you'd be aware of, and then we're going to take photos of the recipients of this award. And my goal is that, or my hopes, is that this propel you guys to even look for other grant opportunities, right? How can you guys get other opportunities for funding for your films? And there are other opportunities out there, okay? And it might work, yeah. So there's opportunities out there. And then we talk about the date as well. So let me show you what the application is going to look like. This is what it's going to ask you for. And once again, all this information is going to be on the website, so you'll be able to review this again. So of course, your full name, email address, phone number, and of course, proof of residency is going to be required. Then your project title. Now, some of you, I don't know if you have a project in mind, or you're waiting to hear this webinar to say, okay, now let me get something going to create your project. But you have your project title. What is the genre? Are you doing a narrative, a doc, a short, experimental? It's going to be animation. Will it be a web series episode? Right. And then we ask for a log line, 1 or 2 sentences summarizing the project, and then the synopsis of your project as well. And then one of the key things is this: you have a box, and these are boxes that you're typing this in. But give us a timeline. What is your expected time for? You got pre-production from this time to that time. Your production, is this a weekend production, 2 weekend production, whatever that might be? Put your timelines in there from start to finish, right? Give us some say, I plan on starting my film this particular day, or pre-production this day, and then completing it. Or it might be, we're looking at a 30-day or 45-day time period from beginning to end. And these are the dates within that. Because we know sometimes things change. But if we know you're saying it happened within the 30-day or 45-day time period, even though it might not be the exact date that you put here, that's acceptable, right? Because you're still within that time frame once you get started. Then you're going to have an artistic statement. What that means is describe your vision for the project, kind of its theme. Why is it important to you as a filmmaker? And highlight how this reflects the African and Latino experience. So as you see, we're the Charlotte Black Film Festival. And so we want these films to somehow reflect the experience of our community, which most of your films do. And we're not in a box in terms of, well, you got to talk about this subject. No, it's about our experience. And that could be from A to Z, a wide range, because we got a wide range of experiences. Just know that. And then the director's bio. So include some background on the director, experience, notable achievements, and include links. Any links you have of prior work would be very helpful, I think, in your application. Because we know that, if you've completed a film, or let's say you haven't completed a film, but you've done other projects, that shows the readers that I'm able to get things done, right? I started something, I'm able to get things done. So if it wasn't a film, or if it wasn't anything video related, maybe it's another event, maybe it was something else. But yet you're a content creator. So just anything that you've done that support your work is good with the director's bio. And then we got a budget. So we have a whole budget that's going to happen. And I have someone online, Lakeisha, who's our operations director, and she's going to share with you a little bit about the budget, what that looks like. Now, what I like about this budget for you guys is that, you make a copy of it. When we send it to you, make a copy, because it'll be on the website for you to get, so you can have it for your own benefit, right? Send one to us, make a copy that you're going to have as well. It's going to be like a Google Sheets or Excel form that you will have. So make a copy for yourself, and then send us the other part. And then explain how your project will contribute to the diversity and vibrance of Charlotte film community, and how it impacts local audience. And that's not, I think that's just there, but it's not something that's going to be really impact you or not, because sometimes you just might want to make people laugh, right? You just might want to do shock value, right? So that's not an impact thing, but it's an entertainment thing, right? So do not get caught on that. It's an entertainment thing. So which is cool, right? And so our selection would deal with simply this: the originality and creativity of the project concept, feasibility of the project within the proposed timeline and budget, Potential impact of the project on the filmmaker's career and local film community, the alignment with the grant's mission to amplify African and Latino voices, and a budget alignment with the project. Meaning, if you say that this is your shoot, this is your timeline, and you say, okay, I need $5,000 for that. And the readers of the grant information might see something different. So be real smart, be super smart with how you submit this, and be how can you get this done. Our goal is to stretch the funds as wide as we can, and we have about $50,000 to $60,000 that we're giving. So that's why it's up to 5. So that means we're looking at anywhere from 12 to 15 filmmakers who will get awarded in the project, right? So just think about that as well. One of the things that will happen, we will have a mid-project report that we do, and you'll see the date on that. And that project will be, a month after the awards or 5 weeks after the award, just to see what's happening. We'll send you something, send it back to us. Where are you in the project itself, so that we would know. Just kind of give us an idea of where you are in that process. Just jumped in. Hold on one second. Somebody keep. Just where are you in that particular process, which is really, really cool. Now, when you do finally, we're going to have this hosted event. I mentioned to you this photo. We want you guys to definitely show up to that. It's a Saturday. It's March the 8th, where you guys come in and just really be able to collaborate with the other recipients here, take some photos. Really might probably have some city folks come in just to welcome you guys and stuff like that. And then, of course, your film must acknowledge the Charlotte Black Film Festival in the city of Charlotte in the film credits. And once again, funds must be used solely for this production of your project. You cannot submit an incomplete film or project or film, right? And the way this is going to work, like I say, 8 o'clock tomorrow, this will be open. If you guys got any questions, go to grants@charlotteblackfilmfestival.com. Email your questions there. And so the way this is going to probably work is that at the we let you know on the 3rd, right? On the 8th, you're going to get 50% of your award. So when you come to that event on the 8th, you're going to get a certified check for 50% of your contract award, right? And then upon submission of your film, you get the other 50%. And so what's cool about that, and this is what I do on grants now, some of the stuff you're going to spend over the 50%, right? Let's say you spend it out of your pocket. When that other 50% comes, then you reimburse yourself, right? So you reimburse yourself out of the other 50% when you get that. And that's really what I have. We will really want to thank the city of Charlotte for James Mitchell, LaWanna Mayfield, Renee Johnson, who's really been advocating for us as a festival and really been pushing it through. But it was unanimous. The entire city council, want to thank them. They all voted yes on the proposal that I wrote to them. And so we're excited about that and want to continue on with that as well. One of the other things I want to share with you guys is we're opening I don't know if you guys know this or not, but we have a CLT creative workspace that's opening up probably in 2 to 3 weeks. And let me come out of here real quick. Hold on. Where's my, it's over here. Okay, so it's a creative workspace. And I'm gonna have Lakeisha come and share the budget with you guys. And this creative workspace is, we got about over 5,000 square foot of space. It's a co-working space. So for all the creators that need a space, need an office, you have an address, your mail comes here as well. Conference room for table read or whatever you might need. We have a 20-station computer lab. We got a podcast room, a recording studio for any voiceovers or any things like that you need. Then we have another classroom for 12 seats that you can do table, whatever you want to use that for. And then we have a film studio room. We have a green screen in the back. And then we're going to have an AI lab. So on the other side of that room, we got a 10-station AI lab. with all the different, and we're going to do an AI certification as well there. So this is really the space we have. But being a recipient, any part of the space you need to use, whether it's a table read, whether it's a meeting with your crew, during this process, you guys have access. Okay, so you have access to the space during this time, and we'll do a tour. And you guys are, by the time we make this acknowledgement, of course, the plate will be fully operational. But you can come here and shoot some if you need to shoot. We got some sets you can move around. So think about what you want to do. If you need a classroom for your movie, conference room for your movie, just think about it. Whatever it might be. We have a church upstairs. If you need to use the church. They say if it's a church scene, we have that upstairs, right? So all of this is available to you guys during this process for those recipients. We schedule that, and we have we got a big grassy backyard with a stage. So we got some woods back there. So we got stuff around here that, based upon your film, right? That's going to be free of charge for you guys to use, right? So once we make that announcement on the 3rd, and you guys are coming here on the 8th to get your first check, right? And the tour of the facilities. And then you guys will be able to see how you can use that. But even while you're writing it now, say, Tommy, I'm thinking about this, boom, boom, boom. Can I come and see it beforehand? You can, right? Even if you haven't received the grant yet, we haven't made that decision, but you're writing this because what's probably going to happen once you guys start this, and I know me, so I'm sure I know you guys, you want the funding for this project, but if you don't, you're probably going to still do it for most of you, right? Most of you have been doing projects, so you're still going to do it. But I definitely would love to have the resources to help you do that as well. And so with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Lakeisha, and I'm going to give her rights to share the screen. And she's going to share with you guys about the budget information, which is kind of one of the things that folks kind of fearful of. And that's Keisha, I just made you
Okay, I'm pulling it up. All right, I got it. All right. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is having a lovely night. So I'm gonna go over the budget details, and we know the budget is your project cost of making a film, including your talent, your crew, your equipment, your location, your wardrobe, and transportation, and your post-production expenses. Let's see, hold on. I'll pull it up. Can y'all see that? Let me make it. Can you see that, Tommy?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. So this is our budget template that we would like you guys to fill out. And let me say this. We want you to detail your costs for your coverage for your budget. We want it to be detailed. Make sure your budget lines up with your movie. You can use tools and stuff to gather data and to get quotes. So this is the budget. So we have 5 tabs, and the one that says the top sheet is the final budget of the whole of your whole film. And then where it says above the line, production, post-production, and others, those 4 filters up to the top sheets. So I'm just going to go through them briefly. I'm not going to keep you long. The above line, of course, is your let me stop at this. Your development costs. So it breaks down your office expenses, your travel expenses, your legal. And then, of course, we have your stories and rights, with your writers, your script purchase, your script costing. And then the producer unit, which are producer, co-producer. So you will put of course, the amount in line C. The unit will be how many? So if I put 50, if I had 2 producers and I put $50 I was paying them, have 2 of them, it would, oh, I got it wrong. Sorry. Yeah. It will filter over here. I don't know why it's not filtering now.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Well, it was working a minute ago.
Yeah, I think you need to put the amount, the rate there.
Okay, there you go. And it still is.
Yeah, put two under the amount.
There you go. Okay. The two is the amount. And then so it'll filter over. And as you can see, if you go over to the top sheet, you see your $100 here. So everything filters over into this. So then you have your unit for your cast, and you break it down from your lead cast, your supporting cast, your stunts, and that will all be under your cast. Your cast drivers, mileage, and then your travel and living expenses.
And let me
Your
say this, we know we're doing a short film or whatever you're doing, 50 minutes.
mm,
So this is kind of, a larger, some of those items won't even pertain to you. So just ignore that where it doesn't pertain and just focus on those that will pertain to your production.
right. So production is probably the one that most people will use in the post production because this gets into your staff, your stand-ins, your accountant, your production accountant, your line producer, I'm sorry. So all of that will fill in. So this is basically your staff, your set design, you have all that here. Construction, if you have to build something, you put all that in there, your rentals, and then like the operations. And then your set dressings. So all of that will be under your production, your wardrobe, any lighting, all cameras. This, like I said, this is probably the one that most people will use, everybody will use. Your makeup artist, transportation, your location, if you have to pay for anything, location manager, pictures. So this one is very more, detailed. And
Even
then of course, go ahead.
external drive, I just saw that hard drive, buying the storage for your production, is there. If you need a different card for your
Right
camera,
here.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Any shipping you have to do. So yeah, all that in there. And then your post production. Of course, the post production is where we the final footage where you are cutting out, you're getting your music, your visual effects that needs to be added. So all of that will be here. Your film editing, your music, and then your visual, and then your sound. License fee, because if we use other people information, we do have to pay for it. Make sure you have story rights, copyrights, all in place. So there's fields for that also. And then the other expenses would be like your legal, your general office expenses, phones, copiers, insurance. And that one is pretty much uh, not as detailed.
Well, go back to the top. I think one of the big things is having a still photographer. And because our budget's not
Okay.
there, sometimes we don't have a photographer who just can capture everything from A to Z, which I think is really, really good. Because the goal is you can begin to share your story as you're doing it. We know the final output, the final edit, you're going to share your story at the festival and other festivals. But yet you can be telling your story starting with pre-production. If you're meeting with a team, you're getting someone taking those pictures. So tell your story way before principal photography and take it through principal photography to the final edit, with pictures and posts that you're making. And we'll give you guys some hashtags as you do that to tag us as well as the city of Charlotte. Because here's my goal. Imagine if we got funded to do this annually, right? Because what we're doing and we're able to do this and it's about integrity and we're going to operate in full integrity. And so just think about us being able to do this more and more, which is super exciting. And then it helps more filmmakers. And it doesn't stop you from, I go for one grant all the time. I've had it 3 times. So if you get awarded this grant and we do another one, you can still apply to that one as well. So just know, so if we get more funding by people communicating and sharing, and we'll talk more about that on March when we have our meetup, when everybody comes together at the facility here at COT Creative Workspace. So we'll talk more about it then.
Okay. That's it for me.
Cool beans, cool beans. Share that screen, please.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna open it up. If you guys got questions, and you can do it in the chat, or you can raise your hand for questions for everything that we just kind of went over. Um, any questions?
I have a question. How y'all doing?
Good, good. How you doing?
Hey, Tommy. I had a little bit of a cold, but I wanted to ask: will y'all have anything, or do you know if you will have anything possibly after the festival similar? And the reason why I ask is because the time frame of it. I know that I have some original content that I wanted to do for the film. Since you mentioned that it has to be done before the film festival, but I also have that sitcom I was telling you about that we don't start filming until June.
Oh, wow.
Um, and I'm in a better space now than I was the last time we spoke. Um, what's his name? He's a very important person, so I don't like to say what's his name.
Uh-oh.
Uh, but Damon Wayans, he's really interested in it, and he told me that I have to complete a 20-minute pilot to
Yep,
perfection.
yep.
Um, he said to perfection, and it needs to be. And he said to send him over the script, but he needs it. He doesn't need it right away, but I know that I won't have it up to perfection by the film festival. I know that I could do it for that full amount, but like I said, if I have to do another film before then to just be a part of the festival, that's fine. But my question was, do you have anything that can be done for what I would need?
Yeah, we don't have that yet, but what I would recommend, actually, I would go ahead and push and do the trailer. I would see
Okay.
get funds for the trailer. And so you can knock the trailer out now
Okay.
under this funding and then go into principal photography in June.
Okay. Okay.
Now,
Thank you.
I didn't say this, but I guess if you have a finished project in 2024 that you haven't really screened yet, but you need to do a trailer for it, that we're open to fund that.
Okay. Okay. I actually like that idea, and I was gonna take your advice when you had said to use the offices. You had said something about that last year. Um, but to film the trailer, if y'all have that in the facility too, that would that would probably be helpful. But I like that idea a lot.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
I
Yeah,
like it.
knock the trailer out, be creative.
Okay.
And that's really good too, because now, you got the 20-minute piece. Let's say you do a 1 minute, 2 minute trailer, and then it really gives people a concept of what you're trying to create, right?
Okay.
It lets them
Okay.
see that trailer, and then it's going to help you when you go to do that piece. Just creating the trailer is going to let you look at things from a different angle. And you might change some things because you made this trailer. You'll be
Gotcha.
better prepared for the episode by making the trailer.
Yeah, yeah. I like that idea a lot. I'm so glad I asked you that. I didn't
Yeah,
even think of it like that. Thank
right.
you. Okay.
And I see Ed had a question. Ed, we have tomorrow the grant application will open up, and you go to the Charlotte Black Film Festival website, and you see charlotteblackfilmfestival.com/microfilm grant. But it will be on the main page. So if you scroll down the page, you'll see it. Click on it. You can go right to the application.
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Um, can the work samples include scripts and social media projects?
Yes, in any projects, which is good. Any project that you've done, you've completed, script is good. I mean, because maybe you've got these great scripts and you've been waiting for some funding to get them done. You know what I mean? And then social media projects, if you're engaging and you did some unique things, that would work too. And like I said before, if you don't have a long film bio of stuff that you've done, but you've done other things outside of film, right? It might not be film. It might be something else, but you've completed some things that we can see, the readers can see over the grants. That's helpful. So if it could be anything. Social media, it could be a book. You've completed, you're an author, right? It could be anything, right? That
Okay,
shows completed work.
Thank you.
I have a question. So I have two questions. The first one is, could for the episodic, when you said something about the series, but it's a 15-minute, can't go over 15 minutes. Could it be more than one episode that you're trying to fund as long as it's within the 15 minutes? Is the first question.
Great question, and I like your thinking. I would say submit it, and our goal is to get as many different filmmakers funded, and so to give one filmmaker two funding might not be good. I would focus on your best one. Focus on one, your best one, and submit that.
Okay. And the next question is, you mentioned that the episode, or if you're creating a film, the film can only be shown at the film festival.
No, not only
After
premiere. So only
premiere. Okay,
premiere.
that's what I was just trying to
And
get
then
clarity
afterwards,
first.
you go all over, you go
Okay.
all over the world.
Okay.
And here's the thing. Now imagine this, and this is smart, because if you guys are a recipient of the funds and you've created that, now, because we're gonna give you this nice little seal that you've been recipient. That's what the word they use. You got I mean that's weight in the game. I'm a recipient of boom, 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 boom. Charlotte Black Film microfilm. That says a lot about you. So that's going to be part of your application to these film festivals. You want to put that in your bio, right, when you submit it to these film festivals, right? If you're a recipient, because that's credit, right? That's credit for you. So you definitely, yeah.
Okay. Got you. Thank you.
Yes,
I have a
Ricky.
qu-
Yes, so I had two questions. The first question was, with the budget when we're submitting for the project, are we allowed to kind of include additional funding within that budget, or do you just want us creating a budget based on the potential funding through the grant?
Lakeisha, are you there? Now, okay. You're driving my grant experience, you're driving it now. Now, so let me say this.
Mhm.
That's probably in your favor. And
Okay.
so what I mean by that is, I remember submitting a grant where the funding, the project was 65,000.
Mhm.
The max grant was 35,000. But
Okay.
in the line item, I was able to show, this is the budget for the project. This is the amount that I have, what source I got that from, and this is what I'm requesting in this grant.
Okay, cool.
Right? So that's
Yeah.
good.
Mhm.
That's favorable for you to have that.
Okay.
Great. Thank you.
And then my other question was, I believe, doesn't CBFF typically do like a pitch competition as well? So if we were to like say create a proof of concept that we are maybe hoping to adapt to a feature that gets like selected for the grant and shows at the festival, can that also be a part of the pitch competition in any capacity, or?
Yes, no, but yeah. So meaning you would pitch it from the standpoint of as this concept that you have. So you would
Yeah.
Mhm.
as a feature, right?
Yes.
In front of the industry folks, you wouldn't bring the 15-minute piece there, but elements of that in your story that you would pitch. Yeah, you would definitely could do that.
Okay.
Copy.
Cool.
Cool.
Thank you.
Then you want to boast, you know what I'm saying? I'm a recipient of, but
Right.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a quick question. First of all, happy to see everybody. Glad to see you again, Tommy. Um, when you all say filmmaker, I just want to clarify that can that be more than one person, or is it just one person?
No, you could have a collaborative, you can have a team, you can have all of that, but one person will submit, right? And then you look at I think in the application actually for organization name, if you have production name or team name or whatever, you place that there. But one person is responsible for it. But then in your narrative, you can talk about the collective or the group or the team or whatever you might have.
All right, thank you.
And with that being said, you can have multiple submissions out of a group or collective because they're different pieces, different individuals if they're in the city of Charlotte. You understand? So yeah.
Hey, Tommy.
Hey,
Hey, it's Kima. Hey, I just wanted to clarify. So even if we live in Mecklenburg County, but not in Charlotte, we can't submit.
that, yeah, because the funds are from the city of Charlotte and not Mecklenburg County. And so you must be a resident of the city of Charlotte for these particular funds.
Okay, thank you.
Now, so you can partner with somebody that live in the city of Charlotte, right? Yes. And so here's someone said, I'm from St. Croix. Hello. What's the weather over there? But I spent 4 years in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Can I get considered to apply for this grant? It's about the failed horse racing industry. Okay, here's a promo link. The weather is great. I'm sure it is. Put some pictures in the chat. But anyway, no, sir, you cannot apply because you're not in the city of Charlotte. Sound like a good story, but you can apply to the Charlotte Black Film Festival, Will Film Freeway. So you can submit that story there for the festival to see if it gets selected. But for this grant piece, you cannot. Any other questions? Awesome. Once again, grant portal opens up at 8 a.m. Looking for some folks really looking at some good projects to come out of this. And I'm thankful that we can have a strong showing that, that the city, that the county, that the state of North Carolina see this process and how we're elevating our stories and our voices, right? And we're being funded. Raise your hand if you've ever been funded for your films. Okay, so we have 2 individuals that have been funded for their films. Yeah, it's normally out of your own pocket. You get a team together, you get a camera, you get a crew, and you're going out to shoot. So this is really exciting to be able to do this. So if everybody can come on screen one time just to see everybody's faces, I'm going to go ahead and do a screenshot of this. If everybody can come online one time, Frank, Ramon, Donna, Maritland, if you guys can come online one quick time.
Hey, Tommy.
Ed, Ramon, you guys can come online.
Hey, Tommy, can I ask you one other question? I'm on my cell phone, so I can't raise my hand.
Okay, that's fine.
So if I partnered with someone who lives in Charlotte, does the submission have to go through them?
Mm-hmm.
So they have to be the person that fills out, which means they have to have a significant role in the production of the film?
Well, producer, something. I mean, they got.
They have to be a part of it.
Well, yeah, they'll be a part of it. I'm saying, do they have to have a significant role in the producing of the film?
We don't get caught up into the roles, right? And who does what, how they do it. We know the person that does submit is responsible for that. And then you got to ask yourself, because we're going to ask you in terms, if you win this, what in terms of how you get paid. So whose name is that? Either it's going into the submitter's name, or you give us a different name. If you have an organization, it can go into that name. So that's going to be very important as well. So just think about that as well, where that's going to go. And yeah, I think that's very important to know that. Once again, we will have that first check on March the 8th when you guys come, which is super. We're gonna have, of course, the real big check, and then we have the real check for you to take to the bank as well. Malcolm, did you have a question?
I got one question. I kind of heard a little bit of it where you said you could submit your trailer. So if you already have a trailer already made in 2024, you can submit that for submission to help with the documentary or film.
Sure can. If you have not finished your production yet, we're saying you can't. But if you have a trailer, did you want to submit with your? That's one of the that can help. You could submit that link in with your proposal, and that probably will go under the director's bio information. That's where the links will come in, and I would submit it there. And I mean, I think that's good.
Okay, and use the funds to help with the project that you haven't finished, correct?
Absolutely.
All right, that's all I need. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So, Tommy, is 15 minutes the maximum that's allowed?
It's the max.
Okay.
Yeah. For this project, it's the max, because if let's say we got 12 to 15 awardees, and they got our 30-minute projects. Plus, it's not a whole lot of time that I'm giving you to produce this. You know what I mean? I mean, I reckon everybody's nodding. First reaction I got from everybody. So I get it. So that's why, we're saying 15, and it could be 5 minutes. If you got a good, hot, blazing 5 minute piece, let it be 5 minutes, right? So 5 minutes there. But I do love it being at the theater as well. And so that's going to be a real awesome piece. And then we'll probably do it in blocks. So, like I said, Friday evening and then Saturday is where we probably screen those films, right? Friday evening at the theater and then Saturday during the daytime as well.
Thank you.
You
Yes.
have another question.
So I had a quick question. In regards to, I may have missed it, how many people are being selected?
Well, it depends on the request, right? And so our goal is 12 to 15 awardees.
Copy. Cool. Thank you.
And we got, of course, other people going to submit this, probably not here, but this will be on demand. They can always go back and watch this. You guys can go back and watch this, but all the details will be on the website that you can go through it. If you have any questions, the link will be there where you can ask any questions for that. And then the chat bot is there as well. You can even ask questions through the chat bot that is right there on the website as well.
Hey, Tommy, this is John Burke Jr. How you doing today?
Oh, good.
Good. So the venue that you were talking about, when will that be available? And is it open to the public, or do you have to sign up?
You mean the co-working space?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a membership based, in terms of that. We give tours, but it will be membership based. So it's like a co-working space with all these other offices and creative suites that we're going to have. And so you become a member, but we provide tours. But for this grant opportunity, we're giving the awardees access for any production and using the space. You want to do editing here, if you want to do, production here, if you want to do some pre-production using the conference room or the classroom or whatever that we have, you can have your team come over here and have those meetings or do that production or post-production.
If you want to set up a tour to view the space, is it open now? How do you set that up?
Yeah, that will be open on the 15th of February.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Any other questions? Good. Well, great. Well, super excited about this. Super excited about you guys, submitting your projects, getting it in. Of course, you got any questions, just go ahead. Please do not call me because I got a couple filmmakers that called me today and I saw them and I didn't answer the phone. I didn't want to be biased. I want to be talking to folks, hit people heads up and those kind of things. So I'm not answering the phone. Don't call me about this project. Submit through grants at charlotteblackfilmfest.com. Someone will get back to you and those kind of things, right? Because everybody know me. I know everybody. So trying to be, not trying to be biased, but I believe that this is a blessing. It's a blessing for the city of Charlotte. And then your project showcase as much as Charlotte you can, some unique places. I think that's going to be big too. How can we take this and go back to the city and showcase what has taken place, right, for the city of Charlotte and what we're doing? So think about that as well. But I think it's going to be awesome. Look forward to you guys coming to the space to see what you can utilize if you need anything, not just for this grant, but in your entire creative career. If you need space for something, of course, become a member, be part of that, or you can use the space as a non-member, but it costs a little more, right? So just think about that, but super excited. Any other questions? Great. Well, 8 o'clock in the morning, you guys go to the website, you'll see the entire access to the portal and look forward to seeing your applications. All right. All right, you guys be blessed. Let me do this one little thing. Everybody give me a little wave so I can shoot this real quick. There we go.